Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, hold on tight. You're in for one crazy, epic, cool, and amazing ride tonight on the Josh Nolan Full Throttle Racing Show. Hashtag one on YouTube. With me tonight, we have mini sprint sensation, superstar, Brogan Carter. Welcome to the show, Brogan.
Thank you.
So, Brogan, let's talk about your racing career. Where did it all start for you?
Well, it all started one day. We were just driving around, and my brother sent me a picture of a go-kart and said, "Hey, should we buy this to be able to go and race it and compete?" And we were kind of joking around with it, but then it kind of started getting kind of serious. So then we decided to go to a race at Pluses and see what it was about. And as we were walking through the pits, we got offered to drive some practice laps after the race. And so I took him up on his offer. And so basically, I fell in love with it that way.
Okay, so Brogan, when you first climbed into the go-kart, were you a little bit nervous?
Well, the first time I climbed into the go-kart, I hit a wall. So,
Oh, okay. So Brogan, after you climbed into the go-kart and you hit the wall, did you have instantaneous success after that, or did it take a little while to get there?
excuse me. Like
When
you're
when 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 when, when you first got into the go-kart and after you hit the wall, did you have instantaneous success after that, or did it take a little while to get there?
No, it took a while to get there. It took about a year to be able to start competing and passing and winning.
Okay. So how much success have you had as a race car driver, Brogan?
I've had some, mostly it was at Plessis and Blue Earth, but I've been up there a couple times and the big.
Okay. So Brogan, what are you competing in now?
I'm competing in Outlaws 250.
Okay. So Brogan, is that like a national tour, or
What?
is that like a national tour? Is that
No,
like a national tour?
we just basically go everywhere we can to be able to race because there's not many tracks around us.
Okay. So Brogan, what is your racing nickname?
My racing nickname is the Dakota Outlaw.
And where did that come from?
Well, me and my uncle are trying to find out a nickname for me because we're just going by Brogan at the racetrack because when they call their name. So I said, what about the Outlaw? Because we were in like South Dakota and it was pretty much like wild west pretty much a long time ago. But then he said, what about Dakota? Because we're from South Dakota. So that just how it happened. Dakota Outlaw.
Okay. So Brogan, what is your 5-year plan with the racing?
What?
Here, let me take out your out. Hold on. Let's try this. Hold on. Hear me better now, Brogan?
A little bit.
Hold up. Back. Yeah, back. Back. Hold on. Can you hear me better now, Brogan?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me turn them up here. So, your 5-year plan with racing, Brogan.
My final plan,
5-year plan. 5-year plan. 5 year.
five-year plan. My 5-year plan would be I would like to be in a 410 by 5 years, but wherever it takes me, I'll be thankful for
Okay.
it.
So, what is your 10-year plan with racing, Brogan?
My 10-year plan would be traveling with the Outlaws, hopefully.
Okay. So, Brogan, when it comes to your racing career, who is your racing hero?
My racing hero would be Kyle Larson. I grew up watching him all through my life, and he's been a big part in my racing.
So, Brogan, have you ever met Kyle Larson?
I have not.
Okay. So, Brogan, okay, when it comes to your race car, who is on your racing crew?
My racing crew is about it's my uncle Cody, he's the crew chief. And then there's my grandpa Chuck that helps on the car. And then that's pretty much all who works on the car other than me. But then my dad drives around and he hauls the race trailer everywhere.
Okay. So Brogan, when it comes to your racing career and you being at the racetrack, what is your home racetrack?
I like to think of Plessis being my home racetrack. We went there every weekend to start practicing and racing. And yeah, that's where my racing career started.
And what is your favorite racetrack to race on?
My favorite racetrack, I have to say, would be English Creek because sometimes you get a high side in the 250 and sometimes it's the low side and high side.
Okay. So Brogan, when it comes to your race car and your racing team, who do you have for sponsors?
My sponsors, would one of them, or I'll try and name all of them, but it would be Glow Best Western, Rosebud Wood Products, Extreme Wash, Dakota Wash, Polar Express, Sioux Falls Professional Pressure Washing, um, Streamline Repair, Extreme Colors. I don't know if I said them already. Um, Dakota Specialized. There's a couple more I can't think of.
Okay. So you're still looking for sponsors for your racing team?
Yeah, we have some room on our car, so any sponsors would help.
So if there's anybody going to be out here watching this racing show with me and Brogan Carter and you want to help him out, reach out to Brogan Carter and his racing team because they'd appreciate the sponsorship on Brogan's race car as he gets further into his racing career. So Brogan, do you have any big events that you're getting ready to compete in?
Yeah, we have a few. There's the Thunder Hill Nationals and then the English Creek Nationals.
So where's the Thunder Hill Nationals at?
It's at Menominee, Wisconsin.
Okay. And how is that, a 4-day show or a 3-day show?
I think it's a 2 or 3 day show. I think it's a 3 day show.
Okay. So Brogan, when you're at the racetrack and you're strapping your race car, what helps get you psyched up and motivated to go out and race?
I just visualize in my head that's what's gonna happen through the race and try and whatever I visualize make happen. So when I'm in the
Okay.
car, I'll visualize about like if I'm starting in the back, I'll try and get a good start and pass as many cars as possible.
So Brogan, when you're at the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to eat at the racetrack?
My favorite thing to eat?
Yes.
My favorite thing to eat, I think would have to be French fries.
Okay. And when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite restaurant to eat at?
My favorite restaurant to eat at, I think would be Texas Roadhouse.
Okay. And your favorite home cooked meal, what is your favorite home cooked meal that your family makes for you?
Well, my mom makes a really good spaghetti. So I think it'd have to
Okay.
be spaghetti.
Okay. So Brogan, when you're away from the racetrack, what's your favorite thing to do away from the racetrack with your friends?
My favorite thing away from the racetrack, I think would have to be football.
Okay. You play school football or?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So you play middle school or high school football?
middle school.
Okay. Alrighty. So Brogan, when when you're away from the racetrack, what do your friends in school think of you being a race car driver?
They think it's cool. They ask me a lot of questions about it. And yeah, they ask me a lot how I finished and how I did that night.
Okay. So Brogan, who are some of your friends at the racetrack?
Some of my friends are Micah, Caleb, Aiden, um, Taver, uh, Drake. That's just a few out of the many.
Okay. So Brogan, is there anybody else you'd like to thank for helping you get this far with your racing career?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors and well, I guess my dad because he drives all around the Midwest basically to uh go to the racetracks. So yeah, and again, all my sponsors and and all my fans. pretty much anybody helps with anything.
So Brogan, when it comes to, that, do you have any advice for the kids coming up in the racing world?
Just keep on trying. Don't give up. If you're not good at the start, nobody ever is. So just keep on grinding and go to as many races as you can. You'll get the more seat time, the better.
Okay, so Brogan, I'm going to turn the microphone over to you now. You can ask me some questions if you would like.
Okay. So what got you into racing?
Just as child, a sport I gravitated towards ever since I was like 6 years old.
Who's your favorite race car driver?
Kyle Larson is like number one in the professional world. IndyCar wise, it was Dan Weldon. Sprint car wise, the long time ago was Doug Wolfgang from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And then, racing wise, Don Force. It just kind of varies from all series to all series.
So how long have you been around the racing world?
I've done my show since 2018. So and then before that, I would go to the races. So probably since I've been to the races since 1990. So it's been quite a while. Yeah.
Oh. Let me think about one more. What is your favorite racetrack?
Knoxville Raceway, Knoxville, Iowa. Sprint cars, and then plus the go-karts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that about sums it up for my questions.
Okay. Well, thank you, Brogan, for being on the racing show with me today, talking to us about your racing career. Do you have a racing page that the racing fans can follow you on?
I do. My Facebook page is Brogan Carter Racing, and then I think my TikTok is the same thing.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, go hit up Brogan Carter Racing on Facebook and then go hit him up on TikTok also. So, Brogan, I will let you step out and I will call you a little bit to thank you in person. Do a little racing news update, and then I will call you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Brogan Carter from Brogan Carter Racing in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Little racing news update for you. I'll tell you what, Kyle Larson's been on a roll in the sprint car stuff. And I'll tell you what, it's pretty cool to see him on a roll in the sprint car stuff. Also, big news, Busch Life has signed on with Ross Chastain, starting next year as a multi-year deal. And then also, one of our racing show guests is continuing his racing success down in Charlotte, North Carolina. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I will let you go, and I will talk to you later on another episode of the Josh and Full Throttle Racing Show #1 on YouTube. With that being said, you guys have a good day. And if you guys would like to be on my racing show or sponsor my racing show, feel free to email me at jjnolan151@gmail.com, or you can call or text me at 712-209-7138. I would like to thank Men in Motorsports and New England Field Association for their help with this racing and everybody else. So long. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.